still isolated, with no end in sight. But business must go on, and you still need to be marketing your small business just like we are. As we pointed out in our last video, we talked to you about how to create good marketing content using video from home. One of the main tips that we talked about was the importance of still having a strong message. So today, we want to dive a little bit deeper and share with you our 3 top tips that we use when we work with our clients to help them successfully market their business to their audience. Tip number 1. Clearly define your objective for the piece of content that you're going to create. Define your goals, your central message, and your audience. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to say? And who do you want to hear your message? If you can put those down on paper, that will help you write a strong piece of content that will quickly connect with your audience and help them clearly understand what you do and how you can help them. This may seem like a no-duh type of thing, but in reality, too often we see people starting with the messaging and getting confused and throwing way too much into their piece without clearly knowing what their goals are and being able to refer back to them. They drift, and when you drift, you lose your audience's attention and you stay in isolation. Tip number 2. Tone. When writing this piece of content, be thinking about your pacing, be thinking about your voice, be thinking about music choice, but also be thinking about inspiration. Cue in on things that you've seen in the past that may help you communicate to your audience in a better way. Don't do a lip dub. It's also helpful to your tone to know where you are going to be hosting this video. If you're trying to reach your consumer audience, say through TikTok, you're gonna have a much different voice than if you're talking to an audience, say on LinkedIn, and it's your professional business customers. And tip number 3, the meat. Story structure. It's very important, probably the most important thing when it comes to creating any piece of content. There are 3 parts. That's 6. 3 parts for tip number 3, beginning, middle, and end, as you can see right there. Let's talk about what each one needs to do. So let's start at the beginning, your intro. In your beginning section, establish a very clear central message so people understand what it is you're going to be talking about in your video, but also you need to design a very strong hook that grabs your audience and holds their attention. So now, move on to your middle section. This is where you get into the meat of your video. Stay focused on your core messaging, keep your audience's attention, do not drift from your central brand messaging. This is where your audience is going to lose interest in what you're saying if what you're saying no longer applies to them. So now, moving on to the final part of your message, the end. Hopefully you followed this guide and it helped you create a really quality piece of content so your audience has followed us the whole way and we've made it to the end. And in this section, you want to create a very clear wrap out that offers a very clear call to action. Don't just end the video with your logo and a link to your website. Actually put in that call to action so that the audience sees it. Offer it up to them as a friendly gesture to say, hey, come be a part of us, check out our website, purchase online. For more info, click the link below. If you leave it open to them, they're not going to do that. No offense, people, we're all kind of lazy. So there you have it. Those are our 3 top tips. One of the things I hope you learned from this video is that this is a methodical process that is step-oriented. You should start with your objectives. You should then think about your tone, and then you should write your message with a beginning, a middle, and an end. This is going to help you create constant content that is quality-based, that's going to be very informative and helpful to your audience and viewer down the road. I want to see businesses come out the other side of this pandemic happy and healthy and thriving. And I hope this video can help even just a little bit in helping achieve that goal. So remember, we're all in this together. So keep calm, mark it on, and we'll see you on the other side.